I direct Unearthed, and Unearthed is a nonprofit that is dedicated to killing sexual exploitation at the root level. Sexual exploitation is moving women, boys, and girls into forced prostitution and forced labor sexually with unfair and illegal working conditions and in abusive contexts. And so to us, this comprehensively looks at the porn industry, the strip club industry, the prostitution industry, and then the globalized pandemic of sex trafficking.
Overall, do you think porn is a good or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing because it devalues women and it makes it almost like an expectation for men, an unrealistic expectation for men.
I would say it's probably a good thing because obviously there's a certain demand for it, and humans are very sexual by nature. We evolved to be frisky little critters.
It's a bad thing for most people.
Okay, so it's kind of relative.
When people are making good money off it, I guess it's a good thing for them, but for most general society, I'd say it's pretty bad.
Porn is neurologically addictive. And neurological addictions change the way you think, which changes what you do. And a lot of porn use, sustained porn use, turns into porn addiction, which turns into acting out. And a lot of abuse cases, sexual molestation of children and women, are predicated by porn. And pretty soon porn gets old, and it becomes, uninteresting. It becomes kind of just like an appetizer for the main course. And men then need to move into strip clubs and brothels to appease their appetites. This is why a city like Pattaya, Thailand, that only has 100,000 residents, has 6 million sex tourists come in on average per month to just pay for sex. I mean, Pattaya's gross domestic product is sex. That's what it is. They won't even hide that. The Thai government doesn't hide that, right? And so you see this trajectory in this level, where every guy may not be getting on a plane to fly to Bangkok or Pattaya to abuse women and pay to rape them. But our porn is oftentimes made with women who are abuse victims and trafficking victims. Ron Jeremy said what it would take for the porn industry to shut down completely is for Christians to stop using pornography for 7 days. He said Christians make up 1/3 of the entire market share for porn sales, which is huge, because just in our nation it's a $10 to $12 billion a year industry annually. That's more than Microsoft, Google, and Apple combined. And he said in their context, and I'm not saying this is every context, in their context in South Africa, what would happen is they would get girls from foreign nations, little girls that were poor, desperate, and exploitable. So they'd go to rural villages in Thailand. And they would have a team from South Africa that would go there and coerce the girls into coming in. They'd show them pictures of hotels and restaurants and salons they could work at. And they bring them into South Africa, and when anyone visits a free porn site, a couple cents get dropped in just from these advertisements that get clicked on or are around. You know how that works? All those profits go to buy more girls. And then the girls are brought in, and it fuels further production of pornography. And then that money gets used to buy more girls. It's a cyclical industry, and they're very closely connected, very closely connected.
Porn makes the women population be viewed in a negative way. It makes me feel unworthy and unvalued. It makes women feel like they have to act a certain way to live up to expectations. To me, I feel as if porn leads to other things.
The United States produces 95% of the world's pornography in the San Fernando Valley. And it may not look the exact same in terms of trafficking, but what we're seeing is that porn leads to neurological addiction, chemical addiction in the brain, that at some point forces the human being who's addicted to it to then act it out. And since there are not enough willing participants to act out the things that the subject wants to act out, you have to get them from somewhere. Where are you going to get them? You traffic them. It's easier for culture to write it off and to say it's not harming anybody than it is to really look at the cost. It's harder to avoid than it is to look at. and it's everywhere, and it's only getting bigger, and it's only getting more in your face.